Derivatives trading involves a substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. These recordings are for education purposes only. Okay, so feeling much better today. Really interesting action yesterday. Several swings. And if we're just looking at yesterday's day chart, we kind of tried making these attempts upwards here, and just ran into a wall of sellers. And then we flushed lower, and finally we were able to break out of that. And it looks like we had some consolidation here around 152.25. So I think there might be a couple of things going on here. So number one is, like I mentioned yesterday, we are here there's kind of a support consolidation zone going way back here. Another thing, if I just pull out my drawing tools here, this right here, this trend line, is looking pretty good, for heading up. So, on the flip side, it's the end of the month. So I think that there might be a little bit of that going on. I don't know. So we're probably still within this trading range. Can be careful still taking short targets. But my bias is still to the upside. Also we have GDP today, which I suspect might be lower than forecast. So I think we might have like one of these. Well, not that's way far back, but you get what I'm saying. I don't think we're going to hit 1.3. I think maybe it would be like 1.1. So anyways, a 1 here. That's 7. Okay. So basically our targets are down here. 25 is around here on the upside. Um, Good morning.
Jiggy MC said someone woke up earlier today smiling face with open mouth.
I had a much better night's sleep. I was able to get my super multivitamin in the mail again, and has a lot of magnesium in it. Gives you crazy dreams. So yeah.
Jiggy MC said LOL.
We're gonna try these text to speech thing because I know you can't always see the screen very well when I record. So if you guys find it annoying, let me know in the comments. I'll take it off.
Jiggy MC said ZN already iceberging at 17s, seems they continue to be in play today.
Hmm. Yeah, I would expect there to be buyers in the same places they were yesterday. So anything below 16. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if we go and we make a shot at this 152.07 target and come like 2 ticks short of it. It seems like that tends to happen a lot. You set a target and it'll come 2 ticks within it. Seems like a lot of absorption going against the flow now, so might be setting up for a level break, push lower.
Jiggy MC said data in 7 minutes, so we might hang till then.
Yeah, if we didn't have data in 4 minutes, I would totally be thinking about buying it here.
Unlikely trader, Jamie, said GM all.
Bang liquidity definitely pulled on this one.
Jiggy MC said ticking higher to pull the rug below.
Well, it looks like they're positioning themselves for the number to be good. .7 versus 1.3. Right. 0.7. That's a pretty shitty number, dude. I was saying maybe it'd be 1.1. I was just guessing. It was just a wild guess, but come on.
Jiggy MC said 13.5 in ZN seems to be key here. Alligator said L.45. Alligator said GBL.
Yeah, what's going on here in equities? Why haven't they dumped?
Alligator said Fluid 39. Alligator said seems fake up. Flembo said damn I miss entry LOL.
That didn't go so well. Really thought they were gonna hold it here at 10.
Alligator said Fast and Furious mode again. Flembo said he. Grant said risk off. Gold dropping.
They left it unfinished. They're down at 151.30. Or not showing me everything. 28.
Alligator said L.32. Alligator said FL.34.
What instrument are you talking about there, alligator?
Alligator said Buxell broke down.
Oh,
Alligator said sorry GBL. Alligator said Bund equals GBL.
I gotcha. A strong tick up there to 03 in the fund. Immediately bid 300. Didn't hold.
Alligator said double bottom in EU. Alligator said quite different from ZB due to HCPI higher than expected.
Now we're getting moving.
Alligator said solid range and break up if ZB comes back. Alligator said would love that, waiting that since open.
Not quite ready to do it. It sure looks like it's gonna do it, yeah. don't know. There's still some aggressive moves by sellers here. Hmm. Yeah, not sure I understand what the level 2 is doing here. Seems like they're having an awful hard time catching a bid.
Alligator said mixed figures, mixed action.
A little bit better.
Alligator said more opportunities to get out of this zone with next releases.
Hmm. That may be the turning point right there. Pick up. Mm. There we go.
Alligator said graphically ZB seems weak, made its pullback, but certainly needs some action in equities, ES week 2.
Yeah, so I got in at 3 and then it started zippering below me, but I held it because it went so long. And I have some studies that say when it goes that long that you have a pretty good chance of it coming out to the outside, or, it being a reversal. And it was. Um, but then we come out of it, we did touch 5, but we really
Flimbo
didn't get
said
much
ZF
beyond that.
5000 offer at 080HH funny.
There we go.
Alligator said highs under attack. Alligator said GBL. Jiggy MC said and it was real 4690 traded.
Buyers definitely came in here at around 12 in the note. But that was what I was looking at was, hey, order flow clearly says they're buying down here. But then it took them forever to get going. And even now we still haven't broken 7. Pick up to it. Offer's looking weak. Oh, come on. This looks like maybe a double top pattern here in Z. Same here. And ZB at 07.
Jiggy MC said missed the short at 13.5. Unlikely trader, Jamie, said was contemplating 14's Jiggy, wish I had. Flimbo said I faded 13.5 first time visited smiling face with open mouth and smiling eyes. Unlikely trader, Jamie, said nice. Jiggy MC said now it's different, it should extend lower and did not. Flimbo said why. Jiggy MC said that offer at 14 shows sign of pulling. Flimbo said I wait for price come back to open. Flimbo said or on some low. Jiggy MC said 15.5 was last high before the push down. Unlikely trader, Jamie, said only 20 into the offer at 14. Unlikely trader, Jamie, said sorry 21 LOL. Keith said step in the profile at 14.
7's looking weak now.
Alligator said L.51. Jiggy MC said but see how they pull it easily, not a good sign for shorts. Unlikely trader, Jamie, said yeah. Jiggy MC said it should stick.
Okay, there's a new
Jiggy
high.
MC said ZF is lagging though.
And that 500 at 8 is being awfully menacing.
Unlikely trader, Jamie, said yeah, I'm still quite new to the DOM, I have to remember to zone out and look at the 4 tapes, not just zoom in on the ZN. Unlikely trader, Jamie, said 6000 ZF.
Buy program just turned on in ZF.
Jiggy MC said last 6 minutes trading in a 1 tick range. Alligator said some light flattening IMO looked more obvious in EU rates after release. Unlikely trader, Jamie, said you think? Unlikely trader, Jamie, said definitely some spreading going on. Alligator said Bund crossed up WAP.
Buy program again. Is not buying all of them because they're not quite lined up yet.
Alligator said and way out of its range. Jiggy MC said in this type of action can't do nothing, can't anticipate a move since we don't have the capacity to move the market, need to wait for those who can. Unlikely trader, Jamie, said agree Jiggy. Alligator said 07 so solid. Jiggy MC said but looking to trade, at this moment need to favor longs though.
There, it's going to make another shot to break that iceberg at 8 in the 5-year. That was 10,000 contracts sold.
Unlikely trader, Jamie, said see Jiggy I couldn't say either way, no read for me. Alligator said watch correlated more granular markets. Alligator said they show where pressure is. Jiggy MC said it's more how prices behaving, they are not backticking, they holding higher. Jiggy MC said so, favor longs, obviously now you pissed for not taking a trade smiling face with open mouth but DOM wise, for sure theirs was no read per se, a lot of icebergs.
Well,
Keith said Jiggy MC do you look at a chart, or only the DOM? Unlikely trader, Jamie, said cool.
yeah, so I know that alligator is not in here, but I think the thing here is that I've noticed when you're on a super high volume trending kind of day that when you see a big iceberg like that, like we saw in the 5 year, that they usually push through them. Usually the edges in this kind of action is where, you know, they push to a price and only like 50 trade there and then they move away from it. Like that's what happened at 150, 128 way back. Only like 50 traded there. It was a strong buy into 9.
Jiggy MC said I won't lie, I do have a 2 minutes chart on my second screen but I am starting to be very secure on taking readings from the DOM. Jiggy MC said alone. Fran said internet in and out, can't trade today. Jiggy MC said you start to recognize how many ticks prices backtick, and Jigsaw has the alert column for you to write some notes in there. Alligator said flat 0.58. Alligator said IMO pullback action there for equities open. Jiggy MC said in a tick-by-tick move as we see now, never trade a breakout because each tick will bring a backtick.
Yeah. The buyers are being awfully patient today, and the sellers are still pretty strong.
Jiggy MC said so chances are you get in at the high and get an immediate 2 ticks against you.
This is a pretty good bubble up, though.
Grant said I agree. Jiggy MC said what we doing now, we should buy the pullbacks looking to a continuation upwards and not buy the highs. Grant said that's one of the areas I had to work on, taking a trade against what the immediate candles were telling me. Jiggy MC said we be been back ticking 4 ticks in ZN.
Yep. Same in ZV. You see right here. Retaker. 4 tick pullback. Tick. Just a slow bubble up move. If you're trigger happy like me is hard.
Jiggy MC said going long, try to get in at the 3rd tick.
Hmm.
Jiggy MC said the problem is that sometimes they don't allow you to enter edit, you pay up a tick and at that moment prices reverse and the up move is done lol.
Well, they're absorbing some contracts at 7, so that's good. But the sellers sure seem to have the pedal on right now at 8. And they pulled. Okay. Come on, 10. You can do it. Yay. Good for you, 10.
Grant said it's a revolving membership lol. Buying the tops and selling the bottoms.
Yeah.
We are all part of the club at some stage, haha.
Yeah, I was part of that club way back last time we were at
Alligator said how
152.12.
price action in a correlated market may help you not go against obvious pressure. Jiggy MC said lol. Alligator said hard to see in ZB, easy in GBL.
Hmm. What was that? That sucks.
Jiggy MC said beautiful for those who were long at the high frowning face with open mouth.
You see that absorb at 7 when they tried to buy back up?
Alligator said L.55. Alligator said GBL. Jiggy MC said a nice way to limit you price areas in Jigsaw is making use of the clear current trades up and down arrows. It helps your areas reading.
Oh, now equities start to dive, huh?
Jiggy MC said Chicago PMI at 9:45, though its release at 9:42, which usually generate a move due to the rumors.
Yeah, that flush down was just enough to stop you out. Really, come on.
Flimbo said I like to have extra DOM for that clearing things. Jiggy MC said I already have 4 side by side, don't need another one. Smiling face with open mouth. Alligator said stopped. 0.55. Jiggy MC said Seth, please don't tell me we were long at the highs.
No, I'm long at 8.
Flimbo said nice bell curve. Smiling face with open mouth and smiling eyes on ZN. Jiggy MC said so you let it come back to you.
Yep, I let it come back to me.
Jiggy MC said can't do that.
Thing is, it come back 4 ticks, right? So I'm like, okay, we're okay. Now it's 5, and now I'm under, and I'm sitting like, okay, do I get out? Wait.
Jiggy MC said not in a day like today. Alligator said GBL at WAP.
See, it's still making higher lows. So I feel like I should keep it. Just like that one. Man, it flushed down 7 ticks real fast and then bubbled up and it made a new high, but only by 1 tick.
Jiggy MC said for sure, but now it's a lot more difficult to manage since it backticks 5 ticks.
Yeah.
Alligator said PMI 58.3.
That's good. Bad for us, of course.
Jiggy MC said you know 11s is the RTH open and overnight low, right? This is an obvious resistance/support.
Well, I knew that 11 was going to be 10-11 area was going to be tough just because that's where we stopped when we first had the news. That's where I made my big mistake, was back there.
Alligator said L.58.
Now we're getting that thing where you get driven by the equities moves. I hate that. Actually, a pretty strong buy move on this 5-minute bar. 900 positive delta. Yeah, a lot of resistance here. Good move. Broken 13.
Flimbo said long is so risky I guess on ZN. Flimbo said buying on open. Flimbo said near open. IQ said ZB pushing. Flimbo said could be nice trade if there is no open mark, smiling face with open mouth and smiling eyes. Alligator set GBL on new highs, our afternoon.
Seeing some good absorption into 15 against the wind, so they might try and break past 16.
Flimbo said that I expected. Smiling face with open mouth and smiling eyes. Flimbo said but currently I not watching it, uneasy face. Flimbo said generally I hate afternoon sessions. IQ said Seth you long?
I'm still long. I'm long from 8.
Flimbo said nice. IQ said okay hand sign. Alligator said except the HCPI push down, our morning, overnight, scenario well established.
Okay, now sellers are stepping up here. $350 by $350. Buyers pulled a little bit. Oh, I'd expect 13 to be some support.
Alligator said BTWZB was influenced overnight by a EU figure it doesn't care, so back to previous value easy guess.
All those guys that went short at 13 are going to get out here, and then it's
Alligator said, and when a market is pushed in a low volume periods it tends to come back, except if a big news pushes it.
I like that it took 300 push up there. It's got to firm up.
Jiggy MC said consumer sentiment in 1 minute. Jiggy MC said starting to thin out.
Okay, consumer sentiment under expectation 97. Inflation expectations, though, that's about right.
Jiggy MC said muted reaction.
2.4.
Alligator said CONF 97. Alligator said expect equals. Flimbo said that's common. Flimbo said if news cannot push price higher. Flimbo said then it fall lol. IQ said we at days highs EB.
Nobody wants to buy 16, huh? I'm not sure we can read too much into the action right here when we're sitting at 16 and they like to dink around with it so much. That said, nobody wants to buy 16. Why would you?
Jiggy MC said that's VPOC, the most accepted price of the day, so it's just chewing volume, best area for it. Alligator said GBL going up.
Like they're gonna make another shot for the highs. They didn't even necessarily have to do a level break on that one either.
Flimbo said Jiggy MC, you have V pocket high.
I have the volume point of control at 152.09.
Flimbo said today VPOC.
My jigsaw one doesn't include the whole, it's only since it's been open.
Jiggy MC said I'm using all day.
Yeah, when I look at the whole session, it's a 16. The one that I have here on my chart. Hey, we're looking for 153.
Flimbo said that explain it, smiling face with open mouth and smiling eyes. Flimbo said that offer will scare some buyers. Flimbo said 0.190, 0.200. Flimbo said could be nice fade if they at least touch it.
You see that that 700 now at 20. If we absorb maybe 500 contracts here at 18, I'm gonna guess it's the same person. Okay, so almost 600 contracts there. If the offers the pull. Okay. Now I'm thinking about getting out. I've never seen that before. Okay. I guess that big iceberg sell at 18 could just be spreading. Okay, I got it at 15.
Alligator said flat .70. Alligator said GBL pivot. Flimbo said and I strack trade, winking and laughing. Flimbo said ZN. Flimbo said .170 they should lift it to TIMES. Flimbo said not worked. Flimbo said of course now LOL.
I got back in at 15 with one contract.
Alligator said IMO the move is not over, ZB can cross its pivot target overnight highs, maybe close around there or R103.
Well, I think they want those big juicy offers up there at 27 or 26. We have to finish with the 16 games.
Flimbo said why if they can hold .15 it's still in play. Alligator said it's a train.
Okay, let's play a game. How many contracts are going to trade at 20? if we touch it, of course. I think
Flimbo said I guess 500 if they can push it.
the more we see buyers absorbing here at 17 and 18, the more it's going to be.
Flimbo said now it's look like rotation.
They just had to push us down here to get the cumulative delta low enough to trap these people at 13 and 12.
Flimbo said if they not go through 0.20 price fall through 0.15 finally I my poor guess smiling face with open mouth and smiling eyes.
I see a few people stuck here at 16 too.
Flimbo said Seth, you long from 0.15?
Yes.
Flimbo said I knew it smiling face with open mouth and smiling eyes.
One. Oh, it really took me too many times to realize this, but if you look at these pullbacks, there's always a little zipper here at the bottom of it. Okay, 500? Maybe more than 500. Oh, it was 500. Definitely wasn't the 700 they were advertising, was it?
Jiggy MC said big offer in ZN at 20, it's real.
Why 20? Ah, because that was where they...
Flimbo said why that's one of the Grady setup.
Right here, they had a big long zipper in the
Flimbo said
early session
semi-Eiler
that
if they
ticked
start
up to
hiding
20
it.
and then stopped. But like we were saying earlier, so far the big ones have been continuation. Oh, and there's some absorption going the other way at it too.
Flimbo said I guess it's better when it's near some low/high established.
I don't know. They sure are buying a lot underneath of it. Here's your four tick pullback again in ZB.
Jiggy MC said so far shorts have been prohibited.
You mean prohibited like I'm not allowed to short right now
Flimbo
because of the
said very
action?
hard to go long or short. Flimbo said with that vol. Jiggy MC said yeah man, we just aren't backticking, always being bought.
And when they sell, and when it does go down, it like it sweeps and it pulls and like really impulsive moves down and then it bubbles back up.
Jiggy MC said at 19s it's the first time I see sellers sticking, with that offer there. Flimbo said I am focusing on point 170.
I think it could run more. I don't think equities are done with their little fall.
Jiggy MC said if we come back down to 17 again I'm not going look to buy them, not now. Flimbo said sure not. Flimbo said what I want to see some trap buyers. Flimbo said and then they sweep. Jiggy MC said well, if they break it and immediately move back above it again, maybe a long in that scenario.
You mean like in as she goes, Jiggy?
Flimbo said that's fine. You can still scratch it then. Jiggy MC said I this case to fade the breakout. Jiggy MC said of 17s.
That like 17s.
Flimbo said would be nice if ZF stay at 0.97. Jiggy MC said that offer in ZN is key. IQ said we at ADR of 25.
Now you got a 900 sitting here at 17,000. A little skittish guy, isn't he?
Alligator said GBL strong support at pivot. Jiggy MC said God, need to go to the bathroom or my bladder burst lolol.
Hmm.
Alligator said big size on tape. Alligator said big boys are out. Alligator said or in smiling face with open mouth. Flimbo said for the weekend lol. Alligator said why. Alligator said too bad I must leave sooner today.
Got it 20 in the 10.
Alligator said I take a week of vacation, so if in case I am in a hurry, I wish you all good trading next week. Alligator said take care. Flimbo said thanks. CYA.
Who's 20? Come on. 20 even in the note. Sellers really don't want it to touch that 20, do they? And now this is starting to look like a head and shoulder.
Jiggy MC said head and shoulders.
The
The
shampoo.
shampoo.
High. New high. About to make new high. Accelerating sell volume. Back up a little bit.
Jiggy MC said you look at that stuff? Common.
Yeah, well, I look at the patterns because they if they correspond with the order flow, right?
Jiggy MC said I dropped that stuff years ago.
I actually, during the really bad years,
Jiggy MC said makes no sense in this type of trading.
2009, I used to do trading games with stocks, and I would trade just off of patterns. And there were games where if you won, you got $50 or something like that, and I did really good with those. But now I only use it when it helps explain why the order flow is behaving the way that it is, and if there's a divergence for them.
Flimbo said Jiggy MC you have some audio? Flimbo said in voice channel. Flimbo said I cannot hear anything.
Oh, you don't hear anything?
Jiggy MC said no voice.
Hmm. Do you hear anything now?
Jiggy MC said yes.
I think it just got all screwed up.
Jiggy MC said but traders trader from the DOM are not looking at HNS and stuff like that, they trading what they seeing. Patterns work when you thousands trading off of them, order flow traders are.
Well, maybe not directly, but I think that in some cases they actually are seeing the same patterns on the DOM, just in a different way. Like if it comes up to the high of the day and then it doesn't make a new high, it comes one tick short. I think that's a pretty common scalp, right? And isn't that still a chart pattern that you could use too?
Jiggy MC said but that most of the times is pure coincidence.
Hmm.
Jiggy MC said some price react at some trend line.
Oh, I don't use trend lines, especially not in the bonds the way that they
Jiggy MC
behave.
said yeah but is an example.
Yeah, so one thing I think is interesting, because they've done a lot of studies about how often do head and shoulders happen, and like how reliable are they and everything. And everything that I've ever looked at relies purely on the price action of it and not the order flow underneath. Because if you read I have it right here, the technical analysis of stock trends, it it always talks about what the order flow is doing, what a guy on the floor should be seeing when this pattern is happening, and saying if you don't see buyers and sellers behaving this way, it's not a confirmation of the pattern. So they're kind of saying there's a chart component element of it and there's an order flow element of it. So you can look at just the order flow element of it. And I think that the order flow element of it is the one that makes it happen, right? But you can use the chart pattern if it shows up, kind of just gives you a little bit more of a context to be like, okay, so this is why this happened. So if this confirms to be a head and shoulders, which I don't know, I didn't really see as much sell volume down here at 15 as I would want. But if it does, then we can say, okay, so we had buyers pushed, and then they came up to the resistance at 21, and then we came back down and we made another push, and buyers weren't as interested in it, and so they exited their positions, and that's why we got head and shoulders. I wouldn't trade purely off of the pattern though.
Jiggy MC said but there are patterns and patterns, right? HNS and cup and handles and wedges, and forks something, those are really odd stuff, hard to pinpoint. Two guys don't those patterns at the.
Oh, well, that there's an art to it, right? Yeah, I don't know, and I think that a lot of the patterns that I would like, if I go on stock twits and they say, "Hey, look, this is a rising wedge," or "This is a whatever," like those patterns aren't even in this book. These kind of, they explain them and everything, but they kind of say that they're not reliable patterns. Like especially wedges and channels, you really have no idea which way it's going to come out at. And then when you start looking at like you know, derivative indicators, you know, like moving averages and all that, those those start to become even more unreliable, I think. And the thing is, and another,
Jiggy MC said chart patterns for me are of one kind alone, horizontal.
hmm, well, I think that the big thing is that you know, that I would take issue with the chart pattern trading, especially in that book, is the efficient market hypothesis. It's just wrong. Markets aren't efficient at all. They are, um, I mean, they're maybe the most efficient in the long term to price an asset, but that they, in the short term, there can be all sorts of mispricing and randomness, and it's just not. I just don't think that the efficient market hypothesis is correct. And so when they say that the current price reflects, you know, everything that the market currently knows, it's not true. Um, but the order flow does tell you what the market is doing right now, and the pattern is only a result of the order flow. So the reason why I don't think that chart trading is very effective is because it's late. Like, this could be a head and shoulders. We don't really know until it trades 13. It looks like it could be. We need to see some selling volume at 13 for it to confirm. And by that point, like, are you going to take that as she goes? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But it's late. Whereas the order flow tells you exactly what's going on right now. It's the earliest reliable indication that something's going to happen.
Jiggy MC said yeah. IQ said you still long?
No, no,
Seth.
no. I got a long
Jiggy
time to
MC
go.
said looking at the ZBDOM, I see a pattern there, a range between 13 and 19. That's the only pattern / range that one needs to know because it's simple, you don't need a specialist to find it.
But what would you call that pattern? You would just say it's a range between 13 and 21.
Jiggy MC said a range, pure and simple. Jiggy MC said you have a top and a bottom and a mid price.
Mm, would really like to see it go down a little bit faster than that. Broke that. absorption on the other side.
Jiggy MC said that is in front of everyone to see, that is what order flow traders see. IQ said we all short right ZB LOL.
Yeah, I'm short from 15. I have to leave. Wanted 12. I should have just taken it.
Jiggy MC said in what time zone are you?
I'm in the mountain time zone. So it's almost 9 here. Go.
Jiggy MC said that's why you're capable of trading the first 2 hours, nice.
Yep. And then I can have a real normal job.
Jiggy MC said nice.
Well, now the other thing interesting about the patterns is that we're saying this is a head and shoulders with the head being 7 ticks high. Then the prediction would be that we'd go to 152.07. But we'll see. I'm gonna have to go. We'll see what it does.